Hello students, welcome to this session. In this session, you'll be knowing about ordinary differential equations and what are the different types of ordinary differential equations and its applications. So all of you are aware of equations, right? Before I exactly go to the ordinary differential equation, I would like you to know what is an equation and what equations you have learned. What are the different types of equation you have learned in your lower classes, correct? Now you learned about quadratic equation, you learned about trigonometric equations, logarithmic equations. So like this, you have learned about so many varieties of equations, correct? Now, all these years you are solving equations and you have a notion that maths means it's only solving equations, some formulas, some like this, you have that notion, right? So, till now you're not aware of what are the applications of maths. In this video, you will be learning what's the application of a small topic, which is ordinary differential equation for time being, okay? Now, basically, you should understand one thing, students. When you're learning something, you should try to understand the concept first and then the application part. These are the two things you should understand. It's concept first, you should understand the method. And the second thing is its application: when, where, how, why. Okay, you should try to question these things. Now, first thing, what's the equation? An equation means it involves variables. And what kind of variables? It's the variables, we call it as unknown. So equation, the moment I say equation, it involves unknown. And when I say solve that equation, what is the meaning of solve? Solving means finding the unknown. Okay. So all these years you have solved many equations and you have found the value of the unknown. Is that clear? Now, let us take a new type of equation, which is known as ordinary differential equations. So let me share the screen so that you'll understand better. Dear students, let me tell some importance about this topic. And this is the topic of the first semester engineering maths, that is calculus and linear algebra in the VTU syllabus. And the topic name is, the module name is ordinary differential equation of first order. So in this semester, you'll be learning about only the first order. Higher semesters, the higher orders, you'll be learning in the next semester. Now, let us come back to this, the definition of ordinary differential equations. So what do you know about differential equation? So it is an equation which involves derivatives. In one line, a simple statement to tell, it's an equation which involves the derivatives. And you know what is the derivative, right? What do you mean by derivative? So normally we denote the derivative in maths as dy by dx. So it acts like an operator, dy by dx. So in that dy by dx, if you understand the concept of dy by dx, you will understand everything. So how do you define a derivative? It's a rate of change. How a function, if y is a function of x. Dear students, you should know this important thing. What is the function? Y is a function of x. If I say y is a function of x, here we have two variables, right? One is x, other one is y. There are two variables. Now what are these known as? X is known as independent variable and y is known as dependent variable. So y is a function of x. That's how we write generally, correct? So we have independent variable and dependent variable. And how do you denote the derivative? Dy by dx. So dy by dx means what? We differentiate the unknown with respect to the known. That is derivative dy by dx. And what does it physically signifies? It's a rate of change. So you are learned in your physics class, electronics class, and other classes, right? So you solve so many equations using the derivatives. Same thing, it basically represents the rate of change of y with respect to x, any variable for that matter, okay? So what happens is in math class, you'll be learning as dy by dx. But when you go to the respective subjects or respective topics or any other different field, you choose the variables accordingly, right? Now let us know the differential equations. Coming back to the equations. So it's an equation which involves the derivatives. And we are learning only first order, right? So that means what? Your equation involves only first order derivatives. Now, in this module, you'll be learning what are the different types of equation and its solutions and its applications. So three things you'll be learning. What are the different types of equation and what are the methods to solve this? And the third thing is its solution. So these things you are going to learn, and it's finally its application. Now in this video, I'll be telling about a simple applications in day-to-day life. Okay. Now, let me tell the different types of equations, what you're going to learn in this module. The first thing is exact and reducible to exact differential equation. That's the first kind. And second one, you'll be learning about Bernoulli's equation, which is an extension of a linear equation, what you had learned in your previous class. Bernoulli's equation is a nonlinear equation. And the applications of these things are orthogonal trajectory, Newton's law of cooling, and LR circuit. You're going to see the applications of these differential equations. And you're going to study some more equations, which are nonlinear differential equations. And one equation you're going to learn is Clairaut's equation. Now, the applications part, I'm going to tell in this video. Now, basically, you know that dy by dx represents the derivative, and it's nothing but rate of change. And what is its geometrical significance of derivative? Geometrical significance of derivative is dy by dx always represents the tangent, correct? The slope. See, making use of these things, we can find the orthogonal trajectories. Dear students, do you know the trajectories means? See, they draw a line when the athletics they run, right? On the sports ground, they draw the line. That's called as trajectory, right? That's a path. The path is called as trajectories. Now, orthogonal trajectories. What is the meaning of orthogonal trajectories? There are two curves, okay? If the two curves intersect orthogonally, orthogonally means what? If they intersect at 90° perpendicular, right? Then we call it as orthogonal trajectories. Now, this is one application of derivatives, okay? So we can find the orthogonal trajectory. Suppose I know the curve, which I know a family of curves, I can find the curves which is perpendicular to those curves, okay? So that is called as orthogonal trajectory. And how you're going to represent, how are you going to find that? See, if you know the slope of one curve, I want to find the other curve which is perpendicular to this, that is orthogonal to this. What I do is I can find the slope of that curve using this concept. This product of these two slope is 1. We can always find out. Okay, that's one application of. So like you can see this figure. The method we'll be learning in the classes. I'm giving the examples and the applications, right? So now see that this is the family of curves. These blue color curves are the families of curves, and this pink color curve cuts each one of this curve at 90°. So this we call as an orthogonal trajectory. So you can always use this orthogonal trajectory to find this orthogonal trajectory, the derivatives. Okay, that's one application. See, like this families of circles intersecting with these lines. Each circle will be cut at right angles. Okay. Similarly, this is also orthogonal trajectories. You can always find. So these are the geometrical applications of derivatives or the differential equations. Now, this is the method we'll be learning in the class. The important applications of this differential equation is Newton's law of cooling. As you all are aware, the Newton's law of cooling, what does it states? It states that the change of temperature of a body is proportional to the difference between the temperature of the body and that of the surrounding medium. So this is a very simple statement, right? So by using this law, we can always find the temperature of the body at a given point of time. That's the application of derivatives using the Newton's law of cooling. So let us know an example with this. I've taken a simple example for you to understand. Now, all of you are fond of pizzas, right? I know. The moment you see this figure, your mouth starts watering, right? So I can understand that. So now let us focus on the problem, correct? I just have given this problem. Spencer and Vikalp are cranking out math problem at Safeway. Shankar is at home making pizza. He calls Spencer and tells him that he is taking the pizza out from the oven right now. Spencer and Vikalp need to get back home in time so that they can enjoy the pizza at a warm temperature of 110° Fahrenheit, right? So normally we would like to have pizza at certain warm pizzas, right? Now this question, this discussion is framed into a question. So let us see the question. The pizza heated to a temperature of 450° Fahrenheit is taken out from an oven and placed in a 75° Fahrenheit room at time t equal to 0 minutes. If the pizza cools from 450° to 370° in 1 minute, how much longer will it take for its temperature to decrease to 110° Fahrenheit? This is the question. Okay. So the pizza is removed from the oven, which is at a certain temperature, and these guys are interested to eat at 110° Fahrenheit. So now we need to find what's the time taking to reduce to get to that temperature 110° Fahrenheit. So we can formulate this question, dear students. Just check, this is called as Newton's law of cooling. From the Newton's law of cooling, we can formulate this, the rate of change of temperature of the surrounding medium. So that is formulated like this: dy by dt is equal to k into y minus 75. The details will be telling in the class. Okay, the 75 is the initial temperature. Okay, so now we can solve this differential equation. This is the differential equation for this pizza. Okay, the temperature, y represents the temperature and t represents the time. So this is the rate of change of temperature. The temperature of what? The pizza, what you're going to eat. Okay, so now dy by dt. dy by dt is proportional to the rate of change of difference in the surrounding and the medium. That is represented given like this. Now this is framed as a differential equation. The method you'll be learning in the class. Now I'm going to explain how it is solved. Okay. Now see, what are the variables here? dy by dt. dy by dt. The variables are y and t. So as you are aware to solve variable separable method. So what, since this equation can be, the variables can be separated, I separate the variables. How do you separate the variables? Y on one side and the other variable t on other side. All of you know this, right? Variable separable method, which you have learned in your previous classes. That is in second PUC, you learned differential equations. So I'll separate the variables. So dy dt. So now what I'll do, I'll integrate. So what's the next step? You know that, right? So to get this, to eliminate the derivative, I have to integrate. Integration and differentiation are reverse of each other, right? So I'll integrate that. So you know that how to integrate this. This is a linear variable. So log of this is equal to integrate this, and you find the solution. The solution comes out to be y is equal to 75 plus constant times e per kt. After simplification, we'll come to know that. Now, why we are finding the value of y? Y is the unknown, I have to find. Y is the temperature, I have to find that. Therefore, I keep the solution in terms of y. Y is a function of t. T is the independent variable. Independent variable is time. Time is always independent. So y is a function of t. So I'll find the solution. Now, what is the question? I want to know how much longer it will take for its temperature to decrease to 110 degree. So using these data, available data, I'll find out the value of T. T for certain degree of temperature. So I need for 110 degree, what's the time taken to reach 110 degree. So I'll substitute all the constants and given data and get the value of T as 9.88 minutes. So it takes about, so it is 8.88. It takes about 9.88 minutes to for the pizza to cool down to 110 degrees centigrade. So this is a very simple example how we can use maths in our daily life. Okay. See, dear students, if you understand the concept of maths clearly, first thing you should understand the concept of maths. You should understand the method, how to solve that you're going to learn in maths class. But how to apply, we will tell the applications, simple applications, but you'll be making use of these mathematics in your engineering field to apply in various branches. So you'll be thoroughly learning, you'll be enjoying the applications of maths in your respective subjects and also in the classes. So, and even we have some more applications like this. You can keep on adding the applications. See, to predict how long it takes for a hot cup of tea to cool down to a certain temperature. See, wherever there we need to measure a rate of change. That's all. Okay. Normally, the temperature and time are the two physical parameters in our day-to-day activities, right? That's the reason we take these examples. And to find the temperature of the soda placed in the refrigerator by a certain amount of time. See, all these are very simple, right? See, you can always model it. And in many times, you believe me, they use this maths in crime, this thing like so often, there's so many parameters they use. In crime, since Newton's law of cooling can indicate the time of the death given the probable body temperature at the time of death and the current body temperature. So they use, see, these are all the tools we use in different applications. So you will be learning more applications as and when we cover the topic. So this is for the introduction of the ordinary differential equations. Thank you, students. I hope you will enjoy these sessions.